There's a creature drifting in total darkness 7,000 meters below the ocean surface that looks like it was designed by someone's sleep paralysis demon. It has arms longer than a school bus that bend at impossible angles, a body that's basically see-through, and we have absolutely no idea what it's doing down there. And honestly, it's not even the weirdest thing living in the deep. If you want to see more videos about the absolute nightmares lurking in our oceans, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're about to descend into the abyss, and trust me, you're going to want company for this journey. Here's something that'll keep you up at night. The deeper you go into the ocean, the more evolution seems to just give up on making things look normal. It's like Mother Nature took one look at the deep sea and said, you know what? Let's get weird with it. And squids, for whatever reason, got hit the hardest by this cosmic horror makeover. Near the surface, you got your standard issue squid. Cute enough. Looks like something you'd see in a cartoon. But descend a few thousand feet, and suddenly they're growing hooks instead of suckers. Their eyes are ballooning to the size of basketballs, and some of them develop what can only be described as human teeth. Yeah, you heard that right, human teeth. So what's actually happening down there? Why do these creatures turn into something that looks like it escaped from a horror movie the deeper you go? The answer is actually pretty fascinating, and it all comes down to survival in the most hostile environment on Earth. Let's start our descent at around 1,500 feet in what scientists call the mesopelagic zone, but most people know it as the Twilight Zone. And no, not the TV show, although honestly it's just as eerie. This is where sunlight starts to fade into a perpetual dusk, and the squids here are just beginning their transformation. You've got the firefly squid, which honestly looks more magical than creepy with its bioluminescent light show. Then there's the glass squid, which decided that the best defense is to just become invisible. Smart move, actually. 1,000 feet into the midnight zone, and you enter a realm where even the Humboldt squid would feel out of place. This is where we find the Promachoteuthis, the squid with human teeth, except plot twist, they're not actually teeth. They're folded lips of soft tissue surrounding its beak. I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse, honestly. The only one ever caught was barely an inch long, which is almost disappointing given how terrifying it looks. And then there's the giant squid, the celebrity of the deep. These legends can reach 45 feet long, have eyes literally the size of dinner plates, and they're famous for battling sperm whales in the pitch-black depths. We found scars on whales from their tentacles and massive beaks in whale stomachs. They're probably the real-life inspiration for the Kraken myths. And honestly, can you blame ancient sailors for being terrified? But here's the wild part. Despite being absolutely massive and definitely dangerous, we know almost nothing about them. We don't know how many exist, how long they live, how they reproduce, or where they lay their eggs. They're essentially ghosts that occasionally leave evidence of their existence on whale skin, and they're not even the biggest squids out there. Drop down to the abyssal zone, 4,000 to 6,000 meters deep, and you'll find the colossal squid. And yes, I know these names are getting ridiculous. The colossal squid is shorter than the giant squid, but way heavier, reaching over 1,000 pounds. It's built like a tank with rotating hooks on its tentacles that twist and dig into flesh, and a beak capable of slicing through bone. It's the heavyweight champion of the squid world. In a fight between giant and colossal, my money's on the colossal in close combat. Those hooks would shred the giant squid's longer, leaner body, but they'd never fight because they don't even live in the same zones. The giant squid stays in warmer, shallower waters, relatively speaking, while the colossal squid only hangs out in the Antarctic abyss. What they do have in common is a shared enemy, the sperm whale. These absolute units dive thousands of meters into total darkness, using echolocation to hunt both species, and when they surface, their heads are covered in circular scars from the battles. It's like an underwater gladiator arena down there, and we're just finding evidence of the fights. But the absolute creepiest squid lives even deeper. In the Hadal zone, the trenches that go down to 11,000 meters, lives the big fin squid. This thing looks like someone tried to draw a squid from memory after having a fever dream. Its arms can be 20 feet long, bend at weird elbow-like angles, and trail behind it in the darkness like some kind of underwater spider. We've never caught one alive. We've only seen them on grainy deep-sea cameras, drifting like ghosts in the void. They don't swim so much as hang there, motionless, waiting for something. What are they waiting for? We genuinely don't know. And that's the truly terrifying part. We've explored less than 5% of the deep ocean. If creatures like the bigfin squid exist down there, what else is lurking that we haven't seen yet? What's living in the trenches that our cameras have missed? Could there be something even larger, even stranger, something that makes the colossal squid look normal by comparison? The answer is probably yes. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to find out what that something is. So here's my question for you. If you could design a deep-sea squid from scratch, what horrifying feature would you give it to help it survive in the abyss? Let me know in the comments below and try not to give evolution any ideas.